Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour. Welcome back to the World Series 2021, again with round one, and we have Nick Pine and a best of 9 against Apocolyps. So, up in the top right, we've got Nick Pine with the red China infantry. Down in the bottom left, we've got Apocolyps with the cyan GLA stealth. Now, I've played Apocolyps a few times, and he was very good. I mean, like, he's insanely good. It was a video I posted about maybe 1 or 2 months ago. I think it was called like 1v1 pro matches or 10 times ladder games, and I played 10 times against Apocolyps. I think in the end the score was 6-4 for me. Yeah, to be honest, I underestimated him. I thought it'd be relatively straightforward, easy games, but he really surprised me and pulled out some really good plays. Yeah, and I only got a score of 6-4, taking 4 games from me. So yeah, he was very, very strong indeed. And Nick Pine, I can't say I've ever seen a replay of him or played against him. So this is a more of an unknown quantity for me. I think based on just me playing Apocolyps, I'm gonna predict that Nick Pine is the underdog here, just because I know the level of one player and I don't know the level of the other one. So I'm gonna guess that Apocolyps is the favorite. But yeah, let's see. Infantry against stealth is quite a balanced matchup. I think either side can win here. I think the GLA can control the game. And if you play absolutely perfect, you should really tear apart the infantry. But the question is your first TNT gonna hit? Is your tech RPG, are you going to hunt the dozers? Are you going to keep the infantry in his base, pop open the outposts and stuff like that? Comes in the tech RPG and almost runs into the mines. The thing is here, like, what is the point of shooting that? Because there's a dozer behind it. That's your first technical popped open, and there's a flamer here going to stop that. So that's not a very good attack there from Apocolyps. I've just bigged him up and told you how I struggled against him. And then he doesn't do a very decent first attack. Yeah, so that whole attack didn't really achieve anything at all, did it? Did it kill anything? I don't think so. Another technical coming in now from Apocolyps. This might be a TNT. Does need to be careful, though, because the terrorists might die, but they don't. Hits the supply, and actually that's pretty nice. What I probably would have preferred with that tech RPG is just to pop open, put a few RPGs in places, force fire the ground, and just check if there's mines on each building. You can see where the mines are, and then you know which buildings are free to come in with a TNT. Because, yeah, if your TNT runs into some mines and then this army comes across the map, it can be very, very bad very, very soon. So I think the stealth needs to keep the pressure on, which is exactly what Apocolyps is doing. One dozer is at risk of going down there. Nick Pine has not moved his dozer behind the bunker. And these 2 outposts and Flame are going to go down to the south. Apocolyps has expanded to a third very, very quick. Bunker has gone down, but it's taken the whole army with it, and now Apocolyps is under a bit of pressure of his own because these 2 outposts and the flamers have arrived in his base. So that tunnel there is going to go down. This is the problem with expanding into a fast third. If you haven't got enough to defend it, then it will quickly go down. Another TNT comes in, but one of the terrorists is going to detonate. Oh, a thought on the mines, but actually kills the supply again. There was 3 trucks in that box, by the way. I don't know if he's going to make another supply with 4 trucks in the box. We still need to do a supply comparison for the Chinas, don't we? I did prepare a replay, but I wanted to make some changes to it before we do it, and we will basically compare all the different collection rates of China, whether it's perfect supply, imperfect, or whether you've got 10 trucks or 1 truck or whatever. We'll compare everything. Flamer coming in now, and the outposts are taking damage. Flamer has gone down, and it's a mixed bag, to be honest. This infantry blob, is it just too strong now? I think it is. It might just be too strong. This might be Apocolyps dead. Maybe my prediction is completely wrong. Maybe my prediction is wrong. I don't think Apocolyps has played particularly bad. I just think Nick Pine's doing really well with this attack. Amassed 2 outposts. Come and pushed in, and now Apocolyps' main base here is under threat. Did not expect this. I did not expect this. Yeah, maybe Nick Pine is a bit of an unknown quantity and actually is a super pro. But yeah, it looks like he's going to go 1-0 up here unless Apocolyps is going to somehow pull back his base. Nick Pine now no longer controlling his tank enters there, so everything there is going down. He's actually given him a Vet 2 quad as well. But does it matter though, because he's got all of this back at home? Bunker there hasn't been remade, but you don't really want to remake it anyway. You want to keep your dozer nice and safe, like where your production is, where the mines are, stuff like that. Apocolyps has expanded to another supply, so far he is still on 2, but his main has not been rebuilt yet. If he rebuilds the main, obviously he'll be on 3. Outpost there is going to go down. Stops the worker, delays him and annoys him a little bit. So yeah, Nick Pine way ahead at the moment, I would say. You can see in terms of XP, actually, if he drops down the CC, then yeah, he's going to have carpet and artillery, or carpet, artillery and mines, depending on which level of artillery you buy. Arms dealer here going down to the 2 outposts. Quad cannon goes down. Supply being rebuilt now. Yeah, Apocolyps is in survival mode and recovery mode. Yeah, recovery mode is probably the best way to describe it. Force fire to ground now. That will pop open the outpost. This is a way to get back in. Want to force fire to ground again. Oh, yeah, he kills both of them, actually. Lack of minigunners here, so these terrorists will actually reign supreme over there. There's now another army coming, and there is an ECM in the mix. Would like to see a Super Lotus. Securing these. Securing that. And also would like to see subliminal messaging as well. Makes the heal rate here 2 times quicker. But Nick Pine, to be fair, is spending all his money. He's got a perfect supply placement with 3 trucks. That's one we have to test, isn't it? That is one we have to test. I mean, to set that up is a bit of a mission in itself, really, isn't it? Apocolyps taking heavy damage over here. He hasn't got an arms dealer back in his main base. So if these 2 here go down... yeah, where's the CC? Nick, where is the CC? And why doesn't he take one of these trucks and move it over here? No subliminal machine still. This tunnel here will be cleared. There's a couple more terrorists now for Apocolyps. Arms dealer being remade. Looks like a fake though. Is it a fake? I don't know. I don't think it's a fake actually, because you would be able to see. Yeah, you would be able to see the orange ring around it. I think as the observer, we'd be able to see that. Lotus is now out, so if he clears that tunnel, he should be able to take both of them. Otherwise, the Lotus can go around the back and just capture him from there. Terrorist there does go down. Still neglecting on 1 truck here and lack of CC. Still making units, but no CC. I definitely would prioritize CC because carpet and artillery will probably end the game right here. And still no subliminal messaging. So whilst he still might win this game against a higher caliber player, like an expert level player, you're going to be wanting to fix those things, like building that truck, getting a CC, getting the subliminal messaging and stuff like that. But here, it still looks like he's definitely in the lead. Apocolyps, again, with a 3rd supply. 1 outpost is killed. Ooh, I think that was a bit of a Fargo pop there. What the hell just came out? I know... I don't know, man. I know a terrorist came out, but it looked like some units came out as well. Was it 2 quads or something? Oh, he's actually selected all of his army and moved the Lotus away. He's now finally on 2 trucks here. A little bit of an army, well, a mini army coming in for Apocolyps. A couple of RPGs, worker, toxin tractor, quad. There's a sneaky worker back here. Set up a tunnel here. That could be actually pretty nice for taking out this base. Toxin tractor and the quad should win in this engagement, I think, but the toxin tractor right now is not firing. Ooh, is now finally clears it up. But there is a flamer and an outpost going that way, so you would imagine they will win that battle. CC is now being built, so if he doesn't die from this outpost army, then the stealth will probably die just from the CC attacks. The carpet and artillery, which is no doubt coming very, very soon. Tunnel being established up here. I don't know if Nick Pine has actually seen that. What a terrorist. Yeah, it looks like Apocalypse has lost. Does look like he has lost. He's been annoying with these tunnels. But annoying is not enough to win you the game generally. Nick Pine is expanding to a third, and the arms dealer here going down. Stinger going down. There's a few quads popped here. Actually killed the barracks. Going to kill probably the trucks now. That supply has actually gone down completely. So very, very scrappy game, actually. I just think Apocalypse is lacking the firepower. Because whilst he's taking out some stuff, if Nick Pine just sends his outpost there, these quads are probably dead. Just a bit of a cleanup mission now. It's going to be an annoying cleanup mission because Apocalypse is being a true GLA cockroach. Because, I mean, look, he's even got a supply over here. This has been rebuilt. This is still up. Yeah, Nick Pine needs to start preserving his army. He keeps losing quite a bit to terrorists. And then it's allowing kind of Apocalypse to remain in the game. It's a very, very scrappy game. And whoever wins this one is quite important because it sets like the momentum. Gives you a little morale boost going into the set. I think this should be Nick Pine's game. If he loses this, I think it would be classed as a throw. I do think that. Because Apocalypse doesn't have a war factory. He's just like got a couple of supplies and the occasional tunnel here and there. He's got 2 quads. So yeah, Nick Pine. He's coming in now to clear this tunnel area, and that tunnel there is getting cleared as well. I think what Nick Pine is missing, he's got an oil now. He's got 2 oils actually. I still would have got that. Where's the Lotus? I don't actually know where the Lotus is. Well, there's the Lotus. But I think what he's missing is like when he clears an area, why not just drop a bunker there again and place the tank hunters and like. Now you can even drop another bunker there or there. He's only built 1 bunker throughout the game. He's not saying overinvest and build like 10. I'm just saying there could be like 3 out now, I think. Even if there's just 1 tank hunter in there, it basically prevents the GLA from coming in. So if you put 1 tank hunter in, which is $300, and then you've got a $700 bunker that builds super, super fast, you get free mines with it as well. So basically the total is $1,000 and you block off that whole entrance. $1,000 you block off there, $1,000 and you protect there. So for 3k your base is basically 100% secure. So yeah, Flamer here is going to take out terrorists. There's a couple more terrorists actually. Bit of a desperation move I think there from Apocalypse, going straight for the war factory across the map with some terrorists. Has he only got 1 quad left now, or has he still got 2? Flamer there goes down to the terrorists. EMP disables. It looks like it disabled the whole base. Actually, Apocalypse has been defeated. Wow, I didn't expect that. Actually, I really didn't expect it. 1-0 for Nick Pine. Very, very well played. Very well played indeed. I'm just checking if I actually spelled Apocalypse's name right. Apocalypse. Apocalypse. So no, I haven't. I need to change it to Apocalypse. And he doesn't actually have the E on the end. Okay, so we've corrected it now. 1-0 for Nick Pine. Okay, jumping into the next game, we now have Nick Pine with the GLA stealth down in the bottom left with the red. Up in the top right, we have Apocolyps with the China infantry in the Cyan. Someone asked in a previous game on the comments, do I know the results of all of these? The truth is that I have mass downloaded every replay of the World Series so far, and there is about 100 and something replays. So I literally just I went on the forums events page and just clicked download, 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 download. And yeah, I haven't even checked the bracket. If I wanted to, I could check the bracket. And generally, I obviously know how many replays there are, so I can kind of predict the score sometimes. But yeah, I never know exactly who to which player. Honestly, throughout this, to be honest, it's been pretty easy to pick. Like Google's matches, for example, you're obviously going to pick Google to win. There's Boyka versus someone. Obviously, I'm going to pick Boyka to win. So some of them are kind of, I think, quite easy to predict as well. Like if you've got an expert level player going against someone unknown, you can kind of predict it. But do I know the result here? I honestly do not know who wins. I'm still going with Apocolyps because I know his true level, and I think now he's lost that first game, I think it'll fire him up. And we'll see a little bit of a higher level because yeah, that first attack, the tech RPG from that previous game, was not very good at all in my view. So yeah, I'm expecting a 1-1 here, but honestly, I don't know who wins this game at least anyway. So, okay, Truck Rush has actually, doesn't look like it's achieved anything. This one actually might kill the worker that's building this late-ish tunnel. Outpost there gets popped open. And that tunnel actually does not get stopped. Apocolyps, man, he is honestly surprising me. He's not having a lot of luck. First truck rush has failed. Second truck is, well, failed as well. It looks like it's almost going to go down. He's actually rebuilt his another truck already, so that is definitely a waste of $600 there. Technical coming in here for Nick Pine. And, oh, what was that? Oh, he kills the dozer. Okay, he kills the dozer. And he's killed all the tank hunters. That's actually pretty good. If you bring in another RPG now or something, or a terrorist, you'll be able to finish that. Apocolyps is pushing across the map here with an outpost, and the first tunnel there has gone down. This is where it's difficult straight away for the GLA, because if that outpost now just goes straight to the arms dealer and camps outside of it, then GLA's in a bit of a pickle, let's say. We've got Nick Pine applying the pressure over here as well. I am honestly surprised, man. Nick Pine is pulling this out of the bag. Just look at this. Apocolyps is on 1 supply. I honestly did not expect this level of performance from Nick Pine. He's doing real well. Can he defend against this outpost, though? If he can defend against this outpost, I'm actually picking him to go 2-0 up here now, I think. I'm changing my prediction. He's rebuilding another barracks. This one's going to go down here. He's making a terrorist. This tunnel, hopefully for Nick Pine, will complete, because then you get the RPGs. Useful for popping open the outpost. But the RPGs do get gunned down by all the miniguns inside there. It looks like there's 2 or 3 minigunners inside there. But this is where it's difficult. You camp outside the war factory, but Nick Pine is actually going for a counter-attack. It's actually looking very, very good. It's this base trade situation though, isn't it? Because he's lost his arms dealer. Nick Pine floating 2.2k. You could do with a few more workers collected on both of the supplies, actually. He's only got 4 on both. Power plant there will go down. It's left super low from the TNT before. And I think if Nick Pine just pushes in, he can probably just delete Apocolyps now, even though he's lost his base. I don't know why he's going back, though. Why is he going back? Is he just going to try and defend against his outpost? Wants to play it more safe? Because if he clears up that outpost, or if he pushes into the base, I think he's won regardless. Ooh, outpost almost goes down. If that had gone down, everything inside of it would have died because of the toxin. Another barracks here is going to go down. Apocolyps is racking up the XP. War factory being established at the top right. This is, I think this is the most exciting series or a set of matches I've witnessed so far. Because usually you can kind of predict who's going to win, but honestly here, this is very, very scrappy. Oh, I don't want to lose that Vet 3 quad. Ah! Oh, it survives! He just needed to shoot it one more time. I think he retargeted. There's 2 Vet 3 quads now. They're going to be so handy for popping open the outposts. and of which there are no outposts. There are none. Ooh, that's bad news. Ah, you don't want to lose these vet 3 units. It's going to make him level 3 as well. Well, very, very scrappy game in number 1 and here in number 2. Still don't know who's going to win. Only got 1 quad for Nick Pine. He's on 2 supplies, but we've got 1 supply for Apocolyps, but Apocolyps is going to be on oil soon. Load of RPGs here do get popped from the tunnel by Nick Pine. All in the middle does get captured, and the repair base is going to be next. Arms dealer rebuilt. But it's a bit exposed though, isn't it? It's not like it's safe back here, it's quite exposed. If the outpost army just comes here, that arms dealer is dead. Wow, he's actually got 3 quads. I didn't even realize that. RPGs now coming in. There is an ECM here to deflect the missiles, but there's quite a lot of RPGs though. And if he focuses down the ECM now with his quads, that would have been nice actually. I don't know if he wants to come in here now with his quads and take out these tank hunters, or is he just going to try and preserve his army? I think he's going to try and preserve it. But I think he could win that engagement. He's just waiting for reinforcements though. This is really impressive for Nick Pine. Really, really impressive. It looks like he might kill Apocolyps here. There is a flamer in the base, and this exposed arms dealer is going to go down. He chooses to avoid the tunnel. He's actually going to go after the Lotus. Lotus does get gunned down. Is he going to be able to take out the flamer? I think he will. He's lost a load of workers, though. And Apocolypse's base is getting wrecked. Apocolypse has been defeated. Nick Pine goes 2-0 up. Wow, this is honestly amazing. I did not expect this at all. Yeah, honestly, I'm amazed. 2-0 for Nick Pine. Very, very well played indeed. It's not as I expected at all. Okay, jumping into game number 3, and this time we have Nick Pine with the super weapon general down in the south with the red. Then up in the north we have the Apocolypse with the cyan GLA vanilla. Yeah, maybe I've... what am I doing? Am I overestimating Apocolypse, or am I just like... I don't know Nick Pine's level? Or what? I don't know what it is. There's been a few mistakes so far from Nick Pine, and at times, like in the first Inf versus Stealth game, he did seem a little bit overwhelmed at times. His army was stretched thin, and he wasn't building bunkers and stuff. No subliminal meshing, all that kind of stuff. But he's doing enough to win, and that's all you need to do. As long as you're 2-0 up, that's fine. He does have the weaker army here, though, which is super weapon on Summer Arena. And yeah, typically the GLA will get all the control in the mid. The super weapon needs to work extra hard here, I feel. Got a possible TNT. Being prepared by Apocolypse. He has a terrorist in place as well, just in case of a dozer drop. He's made 3 terrorists. He is the regular GLA, so 3 terrorists is not enough to kill a war factory or a supply. But is it just going to be attack RPG and then 4 terrorists later? Yeah, it looks like it's going to pull this one here. Meanwhile, Nick Pine is going for war factory and barracks. He's got a V on this right hand side looking for these sneaky workers to try and take him out. Apocolypse has got control of these 2 buildings, and the first tech RPG is coming into the base now. So this dozer here might get picked off, or a V. Which one is he going to go for? Tech RPG, and he does choose to go for the dozer. Shoots a little bit at the V. And is he going to get the crush on the missile defenders? He does not, actually. Technical air goes down. Let's lose the dozer for the first tech RPG to be taken down. Ooh, even I missed that. Very, very nice. It's the typical GLA tech RPG distraction. Meanwhile, he going in TNT, and it actually even distracted me as the observer, which is actually pretty bad. It actually is pretty bad. Technical coming in here with the RPGs already here on the ground. Damage being done on the Chinooks here. I don't know why Nickpine is not moving these. You desperately need to move them. And Nickpine has cleared up everything in his base. But did he lose one Chinook? Yeah, I think he has lost one. He still has 4 though, because he's rebuilt this. A tunnel being built there by Apocolyps. I was going to call it sneaky, but it's not really sneaky, is it? Because it's in plain sight. If Nickpine lets that get up, it's probably more of an oversight on his part. Apocolyps comes in with the 5 technicals, takes out 1 V. And it looks like Apocolyps is controlling the game here. It looks like he's taking the lead. He's got an XP lead, which indicates he's killed more. And this tunnel up here on the left-hand side is going to be a bit of a thorn in Nickpine's side. Okay, 6 technicals down the mid. Take out the Rangers here. And even just killing the Rangers, just that adds all the XP. Just take as much XP as you can get. Ooh, baby. Oh, baby. That's probably GG. Oh, that's a big size strat. Send your Vs into a tunnel without any drones and you might step on a demo trap. Don't think he expected that because GLA Vanilla typically won't make that many demo traps. But yeah, Apocolyps showing us how it's done there. And that might be just too much because he lost 2 pretty full Vs and his ambulance. When you're super weapon against GLA, it's kind of difficult. Some comment on a previous video said about how do they choose their armies. It's random in reverse, by the way. So even though it says they've taken GLA and super weapon here, they will have just read. They will press accept. They will get the armies and then they will rematch, having selected their armies, so they both know what they are. So yeah, it's random. Chinook going down. It's all going much more favorable here for Apocolyps. Technicals wrapping around the base of Nickpine once again. There's a fair few missile defenders here, but they could just all get crushed, especially if Nickpine's not paying attention. They will all get the crush, and they get some veterancy here as well. 1 or 2 technicals have gone down, but Apocolyps can afford to trade off because he's got the economic lead. He's got oils in the middle now. He's got a new 2 supplies in the mid. He's got a flank over here. He's got a flank over here. And Nickpine is just on 1 supply. Okay, he's selecting on a 3rd Chinook over there. He doesn't have a tow missile. He doesn't have any EMPs. He has a dozer, but it's trapped. Won't really come out and do anything. Ooh, and a V there for Nickpine is going to go down. Load more technicals here for Apocolyps. I think Apocolyps could just get these and just go and engage these Vs. Even if you take a bad engagement, you've got so much of the map. Just make the next army and then just come in again and just keep repeating until Nickpine has nothing. Eventually, you will overwhelm him. I don't like this, how he keeps leaving missile defenders out, because they're a valuable target that you don't want to leave on their own. And on their own, they will just get annihilated by technicals. You want to keep them with the Vs. That's when they are strongest. Your quads get taken out over there, but a V ripped apart here. This is much better from Apocolyps. This is kind of what I expected. However, he is the GLA against super weapon here, so he probably is expected to win here. Super weapon has a hard time against the GLA on this map, I think. Yeah, these V's being pretty efficient, but they need to be super efficient, because if you just look at the map and look how much money Apocolyps has, he's got 13k in the bank. He's getting another oil even. And these V's are continuing the cleanup operation over here. There is another tunnel going to get up behind him, though. And there is quads here taking out the Chinooks. Nick Pine's now on no money. He's on $25. And all of these technicals coming in. They're probably going to trap these V's against the tunnels. And one more V is going to go down. The technical's now engaging the missile defenders. He's leaving the missile defenders once again, leaving them out in the open. So they're all going to go down. And I think that might be it. Yeah, GG. Nick Pine throws in the cells. Apocolyps gets himself on the scoreboard. It's not going to be a Nick Pine complete decimation of Apocolyps, but it is 2-1 now. Jumping into game number 4 then, we have Apocolyps down in the south for the Cyan Super Weapon General. Up in the north, he is against Nick Pine with the GLA Vanilla with the red. So are we going to see Apocolyps close this out now with straight wins? Or are we going to see Nick Pine convert this to another GLA Vanilla win? I think it should be another GLA Vanilla win. I think GLA is favored here against Super Weapon for sure. If it was against Laser or USA or Air Force, it might be different. But yeah, being against Super Weapon General with the expensive Vs. Yeah, and GLA is able to capitalize on the middle by dropping tunnels, getting inside of these buildings. It becomes difficult. He's actually dropping Dozer down the middle, and he's actually going to go for the crush here, but there is a terrorist out. And the terrorist might just force fire the ground. Yes, he does get it, luckily for him. And Apocolyps behind this is going for a war factory and a barracks. He's actually collecting some money there from Nick Pine's supply pile. And he's actually skimped out on a 4th Chinook, it looks like, in order to just get some early units out, I believe. I'm paying attention again to Nick Pine's worker collection, because we saw in a previous game, I'm sure he only had like 4 workers on each supply for ages. Like already over here, there was only been 1 for ages. Now there's 3. And there's only 4 there, so yeah, I would like to see more workers on his supplies. Got a technical coming straight down the middle for Nick Pine, and I can't remember if there's RPGs inside of there or terrorists. But it would be nice if he gets hold of that building there, because if you get USA get hold of it, it can become an annoyance, and it can also allow USA to kind of scrape down this... probably scrape isn't the word. Yeah, probably scrape by the tunnel is probably what I mean. This Chinook is still stealing money. I think stealing money with the Chinook like that, as long as your Chinook doesn't go down or take a lot of damage in the process, is good, because you're taking $600 from your opponent and adding it to your bank account. So it's a difference there of $1,200. So it is really good. I see a lot of the top players doing that. Tech Terror there gets stopped, and this technical on the left hand side has got a load of RPGs inside of there, and these 2 Vs here are a little bit trapped. They're probably going to struggle to support each other, and if they hang around too long, they will go down here to the RPGs. Wow, we've got a subscriber craziness going on here. I have to turn the alerts off. I'll leave it on while the videos are running. Load of technicals here are going to go down, getting chased away by these pretty full Vs. Yeah, we are getting loads of subscribers. We actually hit 20k. We actually hit 20k over the last like 24 hours. I'm going to turn notifications off for a little bit. So yeah, sorry if you've just recently subscribed and you wanted to be a little bit famous, then yeah, sorry. But James R, I think, was just then. So yeah, James R, welcome to the channel. And newbie here, welcome to the channel. Okay, so V's now pushing down the middle. Toxin Tractor does go down. These technicals need to be careful. You don't want to take a bad engagement, because take one bad engagement, lose all your technicals, can be can probably cost you the game. There's still loads of technicals out, but I don't know if they should be here fighting with the tunnel. They probably should have come there and fight with the tunnel. He's still stealing money, and Nick Pine is not stopping that. Speaking of workers, he's actually got loads of workers now. He's potentially even got too many over here now. There's no in-between with Nick Pine. It's just one extreme to the other. And 4 workers here. If we just count, 1, 2, 3. I think he's got 7, yeah? 1, 2, 3. Keep moving. I think he's got 7. Which 7 I like. 6 or 7 is what I do like. So but the problem is, yeah, he's been letting his opponents steal cash for ages. There's only 12k left there already. Chinook is probably going to go down. He has made a 4th, by the way. But this Chinook... Oh, it's not going to go low, actually. So that's pretty good for him. So now he can just collect on 4 Chinooks normally. Ooh, maybe he didn't make a 4th. But the Vs are pushing down here on the right side. Load of tentacles out for Nick Pine. And the weak V actually did get microed back there. Very, very nice micro there from Apocolyps. And a couple of technicals at least went down. Run away now back inside of their tunnel. A new tunnel being established by Nick Pine in the middle. He's actually expanding to a second arms dealer. It does need 1 or 2 more workers there. Looks like this right side is gonna fall. This is a much better play in the last couple of games from Apocolyps, I have to say. His GLA looked very convincing, and then also here his USA, his super weapon is looking pretty convincing as well. So, yeah, very, very... maybe did he underestimate Nick Pine and then he's coming back now? Or is he still going to throw this game? Because these technicals here have done a nice little attack and taking out 2 Vs. Maybe even another V here is going to go down. It does look like it. So losses here on both sides, but you'll probably take that as the GLA because these Vs, you don't really want to be losing any of them as a super weapon general. Strategy center now being deployed back inside of Apocolypse's base. No palace just yet. More tunnels being established on this right side. Another tunnel in the mid. It's got a tunnel on the left. No forward tunnel here. Nobody going for the oils yet, I don't think. Search and destroy is now deployed, so the Vs are going to be stronger. Or not stronger, but they have a bigger range, 20% extra range. So yeah, they effectively will be stronger because they'll be harder to kill. They'll be able to kill things more easy. So that building does get cleared out. It can be repaired though and reloaded up. I think that will be a nice little fortification in the middle to kind of hold until you get the palace. There is a Colonel Burton here, and this TNT coming through for Nick Pine might actually hit the strategy center. That's a nice hit, very nice hit, because then, like I say, it takes away the 20% extra range that these Vs are getting. Makes them a lot easier to deal with. Shame he didn't have 1 more terrorist in there, because that could have sealed him the deal. He could have dropped off a terrorist there, hunted him, and yeah, that would have been it. So I'm seeing a lot of players do that actually now. Like typically what I will do is bring 4 terrorists because you plan on hitting the war factory or hitting a supply or hitting the strat. But some people are actually loading 1 extra terrorist in. And then yeah, lo and behold, you would have got a dozer hunt there. So many technicals out for Nick Pine now. He's kind of turned this one around in my view. Just look at the numbers here. Just look at this red streaming across the map here. So many technicals now on Apocolypse's side of the base, and there's not that many Vs. He doesn't have the search and destroy anymore. Technicals are coming in for the kill, and this could be the final battle here. The Vs desperately trying to be microed back, and they do come into this little choke point, and Apocolypse throws in the towel. GG. Nick Pine turned that one around. I thought that was looking really good. When Apocolypse was closing down that second supply of the GLA at the top right of the map, I thought that was it. I thought Nick Pine was about to be done. But yeah, somehow Nick Pine just amassed like 1 million technicals and came in the base of Apocolypse, and then that was it. 3-1. I'm really, honestly, I'm amazed by this one. I think it's one of the predictions that I've got wrong or got wrong in my head. So yeah, let's jump into the next one and see what Apocolypse is able to do. So we're on natural threats for the next game, and we have the super weapon general for the red Nick Pine down in the south, and up in the north we have Apocolypse with the cyan GLA stealth. It's almost the same as the previous one, but just a different map. Before we had super weapon against GLA, now we've got super weapon against stealth. Still top versus bottom, which is the GLA was in the top before, and the super weapon was obviously in the bottom. But yeah, different map, natural threats. Very popular map, although a lot of people are playing Imminent Victory now, which is basically the same as this map, but kind of flipped. So like that oil will be over here. That oil will be over here on Imminent Victory. And it's snowy as well. Like, this is a refinery and over here, but yeah. enough about that. We've got War Factory and a barracks, a couple of tunnels going up for Apocalypse. Nothing insane, very, very standard. Supply, sorry, not a supply tunnel going up in the middle, and a worker over here on this left flank, but probably to be established a little bit later. Nick Pine has gone for a War Factory and barracks, boxed in his dozer, and he's sending a dozer down this right hand side, but there is no worker there. So this is something like when you Nick Pine, you want to scan the enemy in the beginning and see which direction the workers are going. If we rewound a bit and see which direction the workers were going, he'd probably know that there's a worker going to the mid and going over to the left hand side. But maybe sometimes a worker can still sneak off and sneak out of the vision. Yeah, he didn't find one. V here is going to go try to engage. This worker does get the kill and actually crushes a load of RPGs as well. It is going to fall, but it's taking the sting out of this attack. That is for sure. Nice little scrap denied there from Nick Pine. Decent amount of workers for Apocalypse on both supplies. 2 Chinooks for Nick Pine. So both economies are pretty even and very strong. Missile defenders unloaded here again by Nick Pine. Nice laser lock. Very nice laser lock. And this attack here is going to be taken out. Now, if we saw Apocalypse before, he went for that tech RPG distraction and then went for a TT. And is this what we're going to see again? Is he going to go for the main? He might take some Vs with him here. It's a bit more risky to go here. Oh, he gets the double. He gets the War Factory and the supply. That is very painful. That's a 4k loss there for Nick Pine. The safe option would have just been to hit that, but you took the risk, and actually the risk reward, the reward paid off. Yeah, very impressive. Nick Pine will now have an extra Chinook, so he could use that to clear the mid or combat drop that. So he collect from the mid or combat drop that. He's pushing on the left hand side, but there is no ambulance here. So any damage taken on the Vs, they'll need to go back to the War Factory or go back to an ambulance. But yeah, there's no ambulance because the War Factory's been killed. And the technical's now coming in. Going to go for the dozer hunt, but there's a dozer over here. This dozer looking like it's going to go down. It's going to go down. 2 Vs coming in from Nick Pine. Try and save this. And there's so many ranges out because of that double kill before. Another War Factory being dropped down on the right side. The Tech RPG or Tech Terror comes in now. That dozer is 100% dead. Technical's going to get laser locked down. He's not paying attention because he could have got the crushers and all them a lot sooner, I feel. And still, no missile defenders have gone down. Set 1. I'm amazed how 3 of them survived. I really am. War Factory re-established. He's collecting on 3 Chinooks here. I'm pretty sure you could collect from there without that attacking. Or at least combat drop it because you've got 95 ranges here. Technical attack down the right-hand side for Apocalypse. And looking like this dozer is gonna face its end, I think. Nick Pine not moving it out of the way until late. RPG popped out. Where's the Vs? Is he just not interested in saving it? Oh, he's brought a Chinook actually and picked it up. He's picked up his dozer. Very nice. Is he going to cancel the firebase? He might lose it eventually. What's he bringing in now? That's not the dozer in there, is it? It's the dozer. He really wants to finish this firebase, but now he's revealed where the dozer is again. So the technicals could just come back in again. But I suppose if he gets that firebase up and gets inside of there, it's kind of blocked off. Rangers just chilling in the middle. And the Vs are going to face this. What is this, though? What is that? It's a TNT, and he could kill the Chinook, but doesn't. The Chinook takes off in time. That was actually edgy VC stuff there. Could have decided the game right there if that Chinook had gone down. The Ranger's just going to brute force kill this rather than go for a combat drop. Suppose it will kill it eventually because this building is pretty low anyway. But the technicals here are going to resupport. Building has gone down. And this V army now going to push across the map. What is Apocalypse going to be able to do against this V army? This is looking like another win in the bag for Nick Pine here to me. Especially if Apocalypse is taking bad fights like this. Technicals come in, but they're all dying. 1 V goes down, but he's lost, like, what, 6 technicals, maybe? Could get a super tech there, but I don't know if it's really going to do much against this big V army. He is on double arms dealer. Third supply is going to go down, give some veterancy to the missile defenders inside. Nick Pine is looking strong. I definitely got this prediction wrong. I picked Apocolyps to win here, and it's looking like this is going to be a 4-1, you know? It really is. Okay, the technicals might eventually kill the Vs here, but the Vs are just running away. 1V here might go down. Oh, this is awkward, man. Can't get the Vs because they just went behind here. Like, what is Apocolyps going to do now? He's going inside of his tunnel as if he just wants to lose his base. But I think he just needs to get the wraparound. Like, he needs to do something. He's going to lose his whole base. Here he comes with the technicals now. He needs to come with them all. Is that them all? Takes out the ambulance. It's very nice. Takes out... Oh, one V goes down. Another V goes down. And all the technicals have gone down. 1V remains. Load of missile defenders still there. And there's another wave ready to go. So even if he clears this up by trading off everything he's got, does it really matter? Because there's another wave ready to go. This wave is surely going to finish him. There's a CC being built. He is level 3, so A10. Pathfinders. Arms dealer room re-established. I think a few more tunnels are needed right now. Really do, because you've got to be anticipating that next wave coming. And whilst you need technicals, like in the short term, tunnels are going to be good against this. Oh, these technicals are running to their death. Is he even paying attention? What's he looking at? Loses 3 technicals there, which you can't really afford to lose. Spectre gunship comes in on this top left supply, and the supply is looking like it's going to go down. Even with the repair, I think it will still go down. It might survive with, like, yeah, a little bit of HP on the whole because he repaired it. A10 came in. So what's it cleared out that? It's cleared out this building, and now the Vs are able to push down the middle even easier than before. Search and destroy being established. I think search and destroy is a good idea, but the other choice would have been to drop down a supply here as you've pushed and cleared it. Drop down the supply because it builds super fast, and then build the strat. Technicals from behind, take out the ambulance. Looking... He's not quite in survival mode yet, Apocolyps, but he's pretty close to being in survival mode. Massive army of technicals come in, but... Ooh, did manage to take out 1V for 1 technical. Probably take that. Technical is cheaper. Search and destroy has been deployed and the beacon has been placed. When someone sets search and destroy, if you're against them, you just press the spacebar and it takes you straight to the location, even if it's under the fog of war. So then you can beacon it, and that's exactly what he's done there. One more technical has gone down. I feel like Apocolyps needs to preserve every unit he's got. He needs to spend all of his money as well, because he's about to probably get wrecked. He really is about to get wrecked. He's dropped down... He spent something because he's just spent all of his money. He's probably queued up like 6 technicals, I think. I think that's what he spent his money on. He said 3k. But trapping the money inside of the arms dealers, you need to build tunnels, I think. It's no good just having 3Ks of units just queued up. Ooh, losses on both sides. 1V gets taken out, but a few technicals. With the search and destroy, though, are these technicals superior here? Sorry, are the Vs superior here? I definitely think so. Tunnel here might go down, and the arms dealer is going to get closed down. Apocolyps is running out of supplies on his main. Technicals coming in again, but this is once again another bad engagement. So many technicals going down here. That's another 2 as well, and Apocolyps has been defeated. This is amazing play here from Nick Pine. Don't think I've ever casted a replay of his before. I think I played it against him once, and I think I won. I might be wrong. I've never casted a replay of him and never realized his level here. But yeah, I definitely didn't pick him to beat Apocolyps. And now he's only 1 away from victory. This is absolutely crazy scenes. Yeah, well played to Nick Pine. Very, very well played. Okay, to enter the reverse, we have Apocolyps down in the south with a super weapon general in the cyan color. Up in the north, we have Nick Pine with the GLA stealth in the red color. So Nick Pine just needs 1 more to win. He's got stealth against super weapon. This should be it. You should be closing it out here, I think. You got the stronger army. You just won on this map with the weaker army. The momentum is in your favor. You've got the red color, which looks ominous, looks scary. And then, yeah, poor old Apocalypse has got the cyan color, and cyan color looks kind of peaceful. But he's got a name like Apocalypse. I feel like Apocalypse should be playing red. Nick Pine should be playing cyan, but maybe Nick Pine stole his color or something. I do like how they're keeping the same color throughout this, though. 2 tunnels going up in the mid, 1 on the left side, 1 on the right side. Sorry, 1 in the mid and 1 on the right side. This dose is going to be dropped off there by the Chinook, try and get the crush on the worker. Worker wants to finish the tunnel, but I don't think he can right now. Stealing some supplies here. There is a terrorist en route to try and scare away this dozer, and it is working. Got to pay attention to Nick Pine's worker count again, because already you can see 4 workers and 3 workers, which is very poor. Honestly, it is poor. You want to be on 5 and then later 6, ideally, in the early game. Those there does go down to the terrorist, and the first... Oh, it's not actually the first unit. It's actually just the Chinook. He's still stealing the money. There is a lot of money here, but again, it just goes back to the difference thing. You don't want to be letting in your opponent steal the money. Quick scrap deny there, but was it a little bit too quick? Because Nick Pine was well on the ball, and he's actually killed the power plant. That was the... Yeah, $800 lost. What the hell even happened there? It must have been a terrorist in there that's killed actually both the technical and the V. Nick Pine's still on 3 workers on his main. Oh, it's really bad. It's really bad. Tech RPG going to put down some harassment on Apocalypse's right side supply. Chinook coming in once again to steal some more supplies. Explosive barrels there can cause significant damage, so you can see that V is actually pretty low. Yeah, Nick Pine's economy, look at it, he's on $175 because he's been stolen money from here, and the Chinook prevents your workers from collecting, and then on his main he's on 3 workers. That's why his money is so low, and why he's got very little tunnels out and very little units out. Tech RPG comes in, and 1V does go down, but the technical and the RPGs do get cleared. So Nick Pine only just establishing a flank over here on the left side. He only has a few tunnels out, and it's all just due to his economy. He's got 2.5k in the bank as well, so even now he's getting some money because he's finally been allowed to collect from this supply. Now he's not spending it. He's just dropped down something, which is a second arms dealer. Now he's only got 2 workers collecting there. Now making a couple more. But it might be too little too late because this supply over here is already going down. Tech RPG to scare away these Chinooks, but there's already a V coming in to defend against it. Yeah, see, he's back on 3 workers again. Supply there does go down, and Nick Pine's economy now is real bad. Not only is he on 1 supply, but still 3 workers after 5 minutes. I feel like a broken record just saying it over and over again, but it basically halves your economy. I mean, you only have to watch the GLA worker collection rate video that I put out, and you can just see the massive differences in the money collected. It's absolutely huge. Quad cannon comes in here, but does get laser locked down. Nick Pine now pushing down the left-hand side with 7 technicals. Not sure if there's any RPGs inside of that. Nope, there's not. But these Vs are pretty fully loaded. Supply there does go down, gives some more veterancy to the Vs and the missile defenders inside. Technicals now trying to get a kill on the V. Does manage to kill one, loses 2 technicals in the process. But since Apocalypse's economy is better, you're probably kind of happy with that. Just losing 1 V for 2 technicals, probably not so bad. Apocalypse pushes down the middle. There is a tunnel there, but it does go down very quick. Apocalypse now might be able to deny this oil or just shoot it from the cliff. Or just go in the base, just like forget the oil. One of the two. He's actually going to focus on the oil. He's going to turn around and kill it before... Oh, he does get the 1,000, Nick Pine. Oh, the oil's still alive. Technicals now coming in from the back. 1 V does go down, and the Vs now will finish the oil. There is another wave of Vs being prepared to come across the map. One of the arms dealers here is going to go down, and Nick Pine definitely is in survival mode right now. He's rebuilding a second supply over here, but his main is at risk of going down. He's finally on 4 workers. Technicals coming in for a massive engagement. This engagement will probably decide the rest of the game. So far, no Vs have gone down, but so many technicals. Nice unload, keeping the missile defenders with the Vs. This is what I like, and this is how you should play it. I'm not sure Nick Pine has got anything left now. He's got 1 technical. Nah, he can't win now. He's got 1 technical against all of them Vs and this, and Search and Destroy being built. 2 supplies against... Okay, it's 2 against 2 now, but that one is there, only just been rebuilt. But his main is about to go down. I take a little bit of damage on this ambulance here. Ooh, technicals do pop, trying to take out the ambulance, but the Vs are just going to clear everything. Everything here has gone down for Nick Pine. And that is GG. Yeah, is Apocalypse going to amount a little bit of a comeback here? We've got 4-2 is now the score. We're on to the next map. Okay, next map is Arctic Lagoon, and down in the south, unfortunately for Apocalypse, he is with the China Vanilla. If Nick Pine is anything good, I'm not going to click him yet. If he's anything good, it's going to be hard. Nuke. Oh, that's doable. That's doable. Better than having it against air or tox or something like that. That is doable. And we haven't seen, I think, a China mirror between these two yet. So sometimes certain players prefer certain mirrors, like the Chinas versus the Chinas, or the USs versus the US. So yeah, nuke against China. What build orders are we going to see here? We're going to see War Factory Barracks from Apocalypse, I think. Yeah, War Factory Barracks, and then maybe into an airfield here. It's a common build order. We've got Nick Pine actually going for double War Factory. And he's going to be the aggressor. What's his first couple of units going to be? Is that perfect supply from Apocalypse? Looks a little bit close. Oh, baby. No. He's forced his truck out of his own box because he's building an airfield with his dozer here. Ooh, where's this truck even going? This truck doesn't care about walls. It's just got wall hack. He just goes through through all the walls. Oh man, no. This is unbearable. This slows your money down so much, man. That dozer shouldn't be even here. The dozer needs to get out. The dozer needs to GTFO. Mind you, it does look like they've all settled peacefully. It does look like they've settled peacefully. First unit is out here for Nick Pine, which is the outpost. Second unit is the GAT here, which is actually going to get trapped between 2 Apocalypse outposts. Battlemaster on an outpost now. Coming to help this GAT. Outpost here cannot do anything actually, so I suppose that's the benefit of having this little box going on. I don't know if this has just happened by accident or did Apocalypse plan this, because it's pretty nice now how it's ended. Oh, not that though. Oh my god. What am I even seeing? Oh man. Is this a new meta or something? What the f... So apparently they can just come in and out of the box as they please. Right, okay then. Usually trucks can't do that, but yeah, maybe... oh, you learn something new every day, as they say. Okay, so Helix... pushing in on this left-hand side, but there are 2 Gats there, and it's not able to achieve anything. There is a Bunkerlix. It's got 5 tank hunters inside. This outpost is still chilling here, so he knows everything that's going on, does Nick Pine. See this?
We'll get the location.
Two helixes for Apocolyps flying around, but there's quite a few Gats though. So remember, Apocolyps is living on the edge here. He really needs this win. If Nick Pine gets to Overlords and ECMs, gets the Subliminal Messaging, gets Chain Gun Gats, it almost becomes impossible to win with the China, unless he makes a tremendous mistake. But this Death Blob now is so hard to deal with as the China. You need to take out the Gats and then come in with the helixes and hope there's no more anti-air. What's going on? Where's he going? Oh, he's actually going for the base trade. Apocolyps. He's going around the back, killing some trucks. I don't know if you need to send your whole army. You just need to send a few Gats and an ECM back. The Gats are moving, so they're going to do less damage when they're moving. 1 helix looking like it will go down here. No chain gun, but I don't think it's mattered because the helix there is going down. Okay, so we've still got this helix flying around, but is it going to get gunned down by these Gats chasing? I think it will get out. Still got this outpost here. Some red guards wanting to capture the oil. He does have to capture upgrade. And there is a decent army here for Apocolyps, but it's no match really for the Overlords and ECM. Unit has been taken out there of the Cyan China Vanilla. Nick Pine needs to get the Subliminal Messaging to make these units even stronger, but regardless of that, it's looking pretty strong anyway. There's a few outposts here, but really I think Nick Pine doesn't need to retreat there. He can just take this. But there are 3 helixes coming in for the counter-attack down the left-hand side. And the supply is at risk of going down. There's not enough Gats. Is Nick Pine just going to go for the pure base trade? Whilst trying to make some Gats here. And, why is Apocolyps not going in for the kill? What is he doing with these helixes? This is probably going to cost him the game. I think going for the base trade was his best chance there. I think sending these units back, or especially being hesitant, is probably going to cost him the game because now there's 3 Gats out. He could have gone in and killed everything. Nick Pine continuing the push across the map. These outposts, even though they looked pretty decent force there, like I said, they're no match for the Overlords and ECM. So now the helixes decide to come in, but there's now 3 Gats out and all helixes are going down. I don't understand the hesitation there from Apocolyps at all. Really don't. The army from Nick Pine is now in the base of Apocolyps, taking out the War Factory. It's actually ahead in terms of XP by double what Apocolyps has right now. But is Nick Pine hunted? Yes, he is. So it doesn't even matter if he gets to level 3. There's going to be no carpet and artillery. But does that matter, though? Does he even need the carpet and artillery? Because with just this army alone, he probably can clear out everything that Apocolyps has. Apocolyps is only making helixes, and meanwhile, there's so many Gats in the base. Just look at how many Gats there are. He's actually got a Lotus out wanting to take these oils, which have been captured by Red Guard already. Propaganda there is going to fall as well. Get some veterancy on the Overlord. There is a sneaky power plant being established by Apocolyps. On this right side, he's dropping down a war factory over here on the left. And Nick Pine now moving in for the kill. And airfield here is going to go down as well. Two trucks go down, the barracks goes down. I am struggling to see a way for Apocolyps to come back here. What is he going to do? It's all to do with that hesitation to them helixes before. Like, sure, he's got the weaker army here, but that hesitation just cost him the game. I think going for that base trade would have actually been pretty decent. But yeah, hesitation with the helixes. There's a sneaky dozer now trying to, I don't know, what's it trying to do? Build a Gatling cannon or something? Helixes here are going down to the Gats. He's not focusing down the Gats. Lotus trying to disable one of the Gats does help out. Lotus almost dies in the process. There's a few flamers now coming in, but is Nick Pine going to eliminate Apocalypse from the map anyway? Because he's only got one building left. Well, sorry, two. Nick Pine under quite a bit of pressure. Every building he loses cannot be rebuilt, but Apocalypse is running out of ideas, running out of stuff. Helix to take out a supply. One more Lix is going to go down. We've got two Lixes here, one of which is very low, and they are going to get trapped against the side of the map, and that is it. Apocalypse is reduced to a bunker and a power plant. What an astonishing play here by Nick Pine. What a legendary play. I did not expect that at all. So yeah, one to look out for, Nick Pine going forward in the future rounds. How do you think he's going to do? Let us know in the comments what you thought of this set. I think that was the most unexpected and most exciting set that I've casted of this World Series so far. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. So GG, well played to both players, and see you in the next one.